So today, the Murli that we're going to look into, Baba's talking to Madhuban Nivasis. And really in our hearts, we do feel that we are the Madhuban Nivasis. And Baba's really reminding them that, who you are, what's your task, because whatever is your name, so is the task. That's really the title of the Murli. And Baba mentioned one of beautiful line that, when in a factory, a sample is produced, and then according to those samples, people buy the product when it's new in the market. So Baba is saying that you, the Madhuban Nivasis, are the samples. And when people look at you, when BKs look at you, they're going to see the sample, and then that's what they will become. And there is one more very beautiful line that I liked, that, in the Brahmins, you might have heard, but it touched my heart again, that Baba saying to the Brahmins, you don't need to give the knowledge. With Brahmins, you exchange love. You become the donor of love. And through that love, they will become the cooperative. And through their cooperation, you will success in whatever you're doing. So let's look into today's Murli. It's a very beautiful. It's 21st 473 Murli. As is your name, so is your task. What would this group be called? What are the Madhuban Nivasis called? Do all those who are sitting here move along whilst considering themselves to be multi-million times fortunate? Baba is talking to us. Madhuban is praised because of the Madhuban Nivasi. Who creates the atmosphere of Madhuban? Do all of you experience in your lives the praise of Madhuban, which has been remembered? Madhuban is known as the great land. Therefore, the souls who reside in the great land must definitely also be that great. So, do you stay in this spiritual intoxication that you are those great souls? Every thought and every action of a great soul is great. Therefore, are you so great that not even one thought is even ordinary or wasteful, and that not a single action is ordinary or meaningless? Every action of a great soul is meaningful. Are you such great souls who are embodiment of such meaning? It's really checking point. Is my every thought and every action ordinary or wasteful or great? Such souls, that is, the great souls, are Madhuban Nivasi. Your name is Madhuban Nivasis. And so your name would also definitely be filled with the significance of the meaning, would it not? So every day, do you check your chart as to whether the actions you perform through your physical organs were meaningful? Let's again check that the actions that we perform through our physical organs were meaningful. Was the time you spent in a worthwhile way? That is, was it used for an elevated task? Do you check your chart in this way? Or do you just check the gross things? Those who think that they check themselves in this way, raise your hand. Every action of great souls is praised as divine activity. The image of being happy, the image that attracts, and the awake image of the great souls are remembered in the form of an idol. In the same way, check yourself throughout the day as to whether your face is such that it can be used as an idol for worshipping, and whether your actions are such that they can be praised as the form of some divine activity. It's a constant checking during the day that if my face is that of an idol that people can worship. An idol's face is never sad or dull or angry. It's constant. So I was saying that idol for worshipping, and whether your actions are such that they can be praised as the form of some divine activity. This is your aim, is it not? When you come here to learn and study, what is your final aim? What is the aim of the confluence age? It is this, is it not? To become complete, that's our aim. The actions of the confluence age are praised as divine activity. The practical life of the confluence age is worship in the form of a deity. So, when will that happen? It is the praise of this time. And so, it should exist at this time, should it not? Will you become like this in the golden age? I'm saying that will you become now or will you become there? There, everyone will be happy. And so, who would say that a particular one is always happy? It would only be said at this time, would it not? Those who are not always happy would themselves say that a certain one is always happy. Are you such an image who is performing such actions in a practical way? Baba again and again, after every line is telling us, are you this? Are you this? Check. You are smiling now as you are listening to this. That is, as you are realizing this. However, to what extent are you smiling? It is because you realize this that you are smiling. So, in the same way, because of your realization and of checking your actions every day, when you are asked anything, you can instantly give a reply. At present, you still have to think whether to raise your hand or not. Why do you not raise your hand with intoxication? Why do you have to hesitate? What is the reason for this? So, in the same way, when anyone comes in front of you, put your perfect form into practice, not just into words, but into practice. When they go in front of your non-living images, they consider those to be elevated and very easily consider themselves to be degraded. It's like the perfect, and when you're checking yourself, it's very clearly visible. When someone has a very clean, if they're wearing the white sari, when it's completely clean, with no stain. And if we are wearing the one with a stain, then it just immediately, puts our attention that I'm wearing a dirty sari. So very much Baba saying that when you come in front of them, in 1 second, they are able to have a vision of themselves. The image doesn't tell them that they are degraded, but they themselves have a vision. In the same way, those who come in front of you should experience for themselves the difference between what you are and what they are. You have to create this stage, do you not? When will you have this stage? Will it be when the course of knowledge finishes? It is now the revised course. Is it being revised in theory or in practice? The course should also be completed in a practical way. The course should also be completed in a practical form, should it not? Or will the practical form be visible when the revised course finishes? What do you think? Are you waiting for this? Do you think that when the time comes, everything will be all right? When did you have this class? In order to intensify your efforts, do you create plans according to your capacity? Sometimes you make big plans. But Baba was saying that intensify your efforts, but do you create plans according to your capacity? Or will you continue to move along as you receive ready-made plans? Bapdada always sees that the Madhuban Nivasi are a sample in front of everyone. A sample is prepared first. Are Madhuban Nivasi samples, or are the samples still to be prepared? They still have to be prepared. When a sample has been prepared, it is shown as an example of the goods that are being manufactured. Only when others see the sample do they make a deal. When the sample is ready, Bapdada should be able to give a signal and say that this is what they have to become. The effort to become a sample is not difficult. The effort is very simple. The simple effort in one word is that you must always keep the symbol of the Father in front of you. The effort of one word is very easy, is it not? If the symbol is constantly in front of you, the effort becomes very easy. When the effort is simple, you will become a sample. When the effort is simple, you will become a sample. How many engines do the Madhuban Nivasis have? Well, someone would have replied that there are 4. Then you should reach your destination within a second. You accept that the Madhuban Nivasis have received the benefit of the easiest effort and the golden chance, do you not? The ready-made atmosphere. You are clever in knowing and accepting this. You are clever in speaking anyway. But why is it taking time to be accepted by everyone? The more you are accepted and respected here, the more worthy worship you will be there. It's a very much underlined sentence. The more you are accepted and respected here, the more worthy worship you will be there. If those who see your actions do not consider you to be elevated, then how could the worshipper accept you as being elevated and become your worshippers? Our main attention should be on our action, right? So of course the thought is first and then it comes into action. But by saying keep checking what kind of action you have. The more worthy you are of respect, the more worthy you will be of worship. Those who see the worship worthy ones become happy on seeing them. Now, is it you who have to become this? Or do you simply have to become happy on seeing them? To the extent that you play the music, the Hindi word Rajyuk, to that extent, you have to be those who understand the full significance of it, Rajyuk. You are clever in playing music, are you not? There are so many who desire to hear music. You have passed in that, have you not? To the extent that you are Rajyuk, one who is musical, to that extent become Rajyuk, one who understands the significance of everything. Those who are Rajyuk have every action filled with significance. You have to remain well balanced in being Rajyuk and Rajyuk. Madhuban Nivasis are the most lucky stars. But otherwise, Baba says to everyone anyway that Shiv Baba is the sun and Brahma Baba is the moon and we are the lucky stars. But Baba is specifically giving title this to Madhuban Nivasis. That Madhuban Nivasis are the most lucky stars. To the extent that you are lucky, to the same extent, you have to be loved by everyone. Don't just be content with your luck. Luck is recognized by how much someone is loved. Those who are lucky will definitely be loved by everyone. Now, we'll sing everything and doing everything. You have to perform the task of giving love to everyone. Now we'll sing everything and doing everything. You have to perform the task of giving love to everyone. You have passed the stage of giving and receiving knowledge. Now exchange love. Spiritual. Whoever comes in front of you or in connection with you, just give and receive love. That could be the homework for today. That whoever comes in front of you or in connection with you, just give and receive love. This is known as being loved by love. Knowledge does not have to be donated to Brahmins. That will be donated to those who do not have knowledge. So, in the Brahmin family, be the great donors of this donation. It is remembered that when you give a donation, the omens are removed. When you give this donation, all the weaknesses that remain, all those bad omens will be removed. Because in return, you start receiving good wishes. So I was saying that when you give this donation, all the weaknesses that remain, all those bad omens will be removed. Do you understand? Now we shall see who becomes the great donors in giving this donation. Love is not just in words, but it is also in thoughts. You should not have anything except love for anyone. And we always have some people in our life, whether it's BKs or whether it's low kicks or workplaces, that we always, we want to have this good relation, but still for some or other reason, there is this clash. And instead of love, something else is exchanged. So today, before even coming into connection with them, maybe just right now, in this moment, let's visualize them in front of us and bring Bap Dada in front of you. And instead of looking through your eyes, use the eye of Bapdada and look at that soul. How is Bapdada seeing that soul? No complaints, no negativity, no weakness, just a beautiful soul. And all that I'm radiating through my eyes, Bapdada's eyes, is just love. And let me keep sending this every time I meet them. I exchange love and nothing else, a spiritual love. Om Shanti. So love is not just in words, but it is also in thoughts. You should not have anything except love for anyone. When you have love for everyone, then the response of love is cooperation. And the result of cooperation is success. When there is everyone's cooperation, there will easily be success. And so all of you will become the embodiment of success. Now we shall see this result. Baba always, after Murli, he wants to see the result. He don't ask the result immediately, but he will see the result. Om Shanti. Let's have a minute of silence. Remember the points of the Murli that touched your heart. And Shanti. So who would like to share from today's Murli or any other churnings from today's Murli that you picked up? It was such a beautiful Murli, as always. The Murlis are. What was the highlight for you in today's Murli?
Om Shanti. For me, the highlight of the Murli was to be not only be lucky but also be loved by everyone. We have talent of giving knowledge, but still we are not accepted by everyone. So we have to be filled with that love of Baba and power, so that we can give the experiences to others and make them cooperative. So it is very important to be loved by everyone, and it's a very beautiful practice which you gave us right now, that we have looking into the eyes of Bap Dada and looking how Bap Dada looks at the person or at another person in front of us. So that has helped me a lot, and it will be very helpful for me to improve my relationships. Om Shanti.
Shanti, sister, what is the meaning of Rajyuk?
So it's like Baba talks about the music. So, it's also in the relation. The way that I understand is, that yes, we have to be very yukti with the people, but in terms of my vibrations and the feelings and all this, it's like a music. that is being radiated. So I have to have this balance of these vibrations, feelings, and also when I come into action, what kind of, because of course in every relation we have to be very yukt in how we deal. So that's the balance that Baba's talking about.
Om Shanti, sister.
Om Shanti.
Yeah, sister, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. What a journey. Like even the title say, Baba is I think he's the greatest person in giving titles. We are talking about giving titles to God. But if God has to descend and give titles to his children, I think the ink in the pen would really finish. So much titles he gives. And why he gives us the titles? Because he says, as the title will be your task. So I always feel whenever Baba is given us a title, he's going to give us some homework with it. It's not just a crown on the head which he gets. Today, when he crowns Madhuban Nivasis, earlier when I used to listen to the Murli in my young days and all, whenever the word Madhuban Nivasis or groups come, I used to always think that is only directed towards that particular section. And so I used to get myself off and wait for my turn to come. But here, Madhuban Nivasi, so much churning we have to do. Are we all Madhuban Nivasis? Because what they were, from Bridge Koti Om Nivas to Pokhran House, where they came down, and that place, somebody just asked why it is Razyuk. The word Madhuban itself is where Krishna played the flute. So when Krishna plays flute, there is harmony, there is music, there is entertainment, there is bliss. So that is why it is so musical. That's why I think probably Baba even mentions about the music over there. It's a beautiful journey to know you're a Madhuban Nivasi. Am I a Madhuban Nivasi, or am I stationed in this service center where I come down, I leave Madhuban and come? I always used to do this churning. Am I only a Madhuban Nivasi when I'm in Madhuban? But when I come out there, because that means Baba always says, wherever you are, I will pull you to Madhuban. So, I always used to have this kind of station to station, my service station to Madhuban. And what a thing Baba has given for Madhuban Nivasis, he's calling them as idols. That one sentence, you are idols. So see, we go to Madhuban, see the idols. And what are the three qualities of idols? That is what I'm going to check today. Happy, attractive, avyakt. So imagine each person in Madhuban Nivasi to be happy, attractive, and avyakt. Shanti.
Om Shanti. Just adding one reflection. Today's Murli, Baba has told us that for Brahmin family, we don't have to donate the knowledge, because every Brahmin has got that knowledge from Baba. Only what we need to donate is the snehe, the love, which is the connecting thread. And that is what will make the divine family free from the obstacles and also bad omens. That I really liked it, and this is the takeaway I'm taking it from today's movie. Om Shanti.
After hearing such a beautiful musical Murli from Baba.
Om Shanti. Just one churning on the Razuk and Rajyuk is like Razuk is coming into the vocal, coming into the sound, and Rajyuk can be beyond, going beyond sound, the stage, as you said, that feelings, the vibrations, that will come from the stage. The stage is elevated, then the feelings, vibrations will also be incommensurate, they will be elevated. So while coming into the sound, while using the sound in this Lockic world, the stage has to be alaukic. That is the incorporeal stage. Om Shanti.
Brother, can you also not add Rajyuk means I know the secret of everything. Like I know the significance of everything. So in a sense, the knowledge is full over there. So once I know the significance of everything, I'm balanced. Like there is no incompletion in mind. So can't we say Rajyuk is something when I get to know the secrets of everything?
That's what Baba have used in today's Murli. And of course, the Rajyuk meaning that, when you know the significance of things. And also, I think what I shared was, it was a little bit different meaning in that. And that's why I shared that meaning, that there was exact different line of the Murli, but I don't remember the exact line. That's why I shared that vibrations and thoughts. Baba really went into that Murli of Sazyukt and Razyukt, and where he was connecting it with the very subtle meaning of thoughts, vibrations, and actions. So, but yes, Razyukt is knowing the significance.
So is this only our quality? Only the quality of we people who have taken the knowledge, Razuk?
Guess so. I mean,
Yes.
this is
Yes.
what my understanding is, because we are the ones who have the knowledge.
Exactly, because while playing the role in this limited drama, our intellect is in the unlimited drama. So that unlimited drama, that secret only we Brahmin children know, because Father, the Supreme Father has told us, Supreme Teacher has taught us that. So that is only our we children's specialty, our USP. That is what that's our unique thing which we have, the unique knowledge which we have. Otherwise, other people, they don't know that there is an unlimited drama cycle, kalpa. They don't know exactly.
Baba says that I tell you the secrets of the drama. So we are the secret knowers as well. Yes, Rakhi Ben, you were sharing something.
Reflection of Razuk and Rajyuk in today's Murli, that even as you just mentioned, if we read this few lines in the Murli, the Baba mentions, to the extent that you are Sazyuk, one who is musical, to that extent become Razyuk, one who understands the significance of everything. Those who are Razyuk have every action filled with significance. You have to remain well balanced in being Rajyuk and Sazyuk. So what I was getting here was Sazyuk is someone who comes in sound after being Rajyuk. So practicing silence and then coming in sound, having a complete balance in these two actions combined with love is what the message that Baba is giving from today's Murli, is what my takeaway is.
Now you said, right, that when you know the significance, the Raz, then you come into that action.
Yeah, I agree, sister. But I feel Baba has got a very deep meaning for Saz, because he's so careful in using the words. And what a corollary from Sazyuk, which is musical, because I find even devotees, they are Sazyuk. They find knowledge to be musical, they sing, they praise, they chant, and then, that kind of music is there in that knowledge. But they can
Don't
never
have
be
the Razyukt.
Yeah, they cannot be Razyuk. No, they are Sazyuk because they are musical.
Yes.
So here Baba is saying knowledge is light, knowledge is entertaining. So play the flute of knowledge like Krishna. But these two, I found it that's why when somebody raised it, I think that's a good point for journey. What a Sazyukt is one end and Razyukt is the result, the other end.
Om Shanti. Listening to your reflections, it was a thought came in my mind that when Baba is talking about maintaining a balance between Sazyukt and Razyukt, so I think one who is Sazyukt gives Karnaras, that is the person who's listening feels very nice. So it is very musical to the ears. So, but when you become Razyukt along with Sazyukt, then that gives Manaras. That is the person who is listening, the message, the secrets of the knowledge touches their mind and intellect. So when we are in our essence, that is when we are in our Sar Swarup, and then when we come into Saz, that is when we are able to convey the secrets and the significance of the knowledge. Om Shanti.
I think very well summed up, I think. And this is the secret of effective communication. If we can relate to the, we study, we teach management students the effective communication. Effective communication is a balance between Rajyuk and Sajuk.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, sister. It was beautiful. I loved the word when they added that ras along with it, the manras, the kanras. Then we can go to ekras. Very nice. It was a very nicely summed up.
And the Atmik Ras, that is very important. Like man ras ke baad, then there is a Atmik Ras. And then that Atma means it is an integration of, everyone with, with the one thought, which Baba said yesterday or Murli, one thought. All will have just one thought, one frequency, everyone will vibrate. So that is then finally it is Ekras. Om Shanti.
We are making the Murli very juicy. So many points we are really churning out of it. Lovely.
One more reflection is about when Baba is describing about the sample, that being a Madhuban Nivasi means to be a sample on the world stage, which Baba will use or is using to basically, in literal sense, or you can say this, sell the product, or to how one will become when he gets godly knowledge, he or she gets godly knowledge. So that ideal or the sample is also, Baba said, symbol. Then there will be the only one symbol, that is the Baba. So his or her every thought, word and action will be godlike, Bap Saman. That symbol Bap will be there stamped on that sample. And on every product which is bought or which is manufactured by is getting inspiration from that sample. Om Shanti.
Sister, could you just churn on this one aspect, because you're so much in knowledge about this Madhuban Nivasi? I don't remember the Murli where Baba said, Tum sab Madhuban Nivasi ho. Could you just throw some light so that how do I think myself to be 24/7 Madhuban Nivasi?
It's because Baba always talks about that wherever we are, this is not our home, this is our service stations, right? So in that connection, whenever I think of my home, which is a Nivasi, I become wherever I belong, I am the Nivasi. So Madhuban is really the home of all the Brahmins. But, wherever right now, that's my service station. So in that connection, I always think I'm the Madhuban Nivasi. This is in very essence or short. Right? And every now and then, Baba also tells us that in between, do the four pilgrimage places in between, because that's where we get the power. Usually, even in Lokik or wherever we are, when we come home, we feel rested and very peaceful. So for us all, wherever we are, that's not really limited, but whenever we think of Madhuban, that's where the power comes. That's where the real peace the soul feels. So that's where I feel I'm the Madhuban Nivasi, or I can bring the intoxication by every now and then during my traffic controls. Let me pull myself from the present moment, wherever I'm in physical, and take myself in Madhuban. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's
And-
okay. You know what I do for that? I go for the Char Dham ka, like Path Swarup, I also take the Char Dham ka yatra. So that also makes every morning when I go, I see that I go Char Dham. Now, not only that Char Dham in Madhuban, also in Shantivan, the three places as well as Baba's room. I take that yatra to make my mind say, hello, that's the place. That's where you have to get to. That's how I try to put in that Madhuban Nivasi.
Anything that gives us the intoxication, I feel. But it's always about being the home Madhuban.
Sister, another dimension to being a Madhuban Nivasi can also be that I am a honeybee, and my occupation is to produce the honey and pick up the nectar from Shiv Baba and distribute to everyone, around me, the honey of purity, happiness, joy. This could also be one dimension. And then I'm a real Madhuban Nivasi. And once I'm Madhuban Nivasi, then I'm a sample and I've got a symbol of Baba on my intellect. Om Shanti.
Feeling of what Madhuban Nivasi is. So if anyone else has a different definition of what Madhuban Nivasi is for them, please do share. Does anyone have, maybe someone who haven't shared yet? Well, you have to come into sound. There are so many. Chandrakala, Madhuban, Pratima Ben, Rohani Ben. Yes, Parjibai?
Om Shanti. For me, the Madhuban is a place where we get a lot of apnapan. So, if we can create Madhuban anywhere we are by increasing that sense of belongingness, if we have that, the more apnapan we have, the more that place is close to Madhuban. Om Shanti.
One of the line you reminded me from the Murli Baba said that wherever there is a gathering of Brahmins, there is Madhuban. So anytime we Brahmins come together, we pull that energy of Madhuban into where we are. So wherever there is gathering of Brahmins, there is Madhuban. It's from one of the Murli.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Yes,
Okay, shall I?
Yes.
Good morning. What struck me now was Madhuban is in Mount Abu, and Abu is my Abu ka ghar. So wherever I, as a child of Shiv Baba, wherever I am, whether my house or my center, that is not mine, but my father's house, mere Abu ka ghar. So if I live that way, I am Madhuban Nivasi. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. It reminds me of that thing where, Dadi Janki is sent to London, and Dadi Janki says, Baba, how will I do, service over there? I don't even know English and all that.
Mhm.
So she was told that your job is just to go there and make another Madhuban over there.
Madhuban, yeah.
Yeah. So it's our vibrations wherever in the world I am. I am a Madhuban Nivasi. I have those vibrations, because I'm a Brahmin. So wherever I am a Madhuban Nivasi. Om Shanti.
What is the vibrations of Madhuban? What are the vibrations of Madhuban? That's another question then, right? Because this reminds me of recently we had a gathering of 60 Madhuban Nivasis that kept from Bhavan. And when we were welcoming them with a tilak, it's like, the moment we were putting tilak and we just saw them, immediately the vibrations change. And we felt we were in Madhuban. So it's not that they brought the Madhuban here or we were in Madhuban, but it's the vibrations. So then it's a question that I can ask to myself today. That what does that mean? What are the vibrations of Madhuban? What does this mean to me?
But
Yes.
one thing Baba always mentions in the Murli, at the end, when I put the gong, you all have to come here. So very clearly, yes, highlighted that place in Abu. The whole Abu will be crowded. There will be queues. There will be there. You will come there. So he gives. He say that's why he says yours is service station here. When the time comes, we all shall rush there to, as somebody rightly said, to my father's house. I think that final destination, Madhuban.
For me, I made my body my body, mind, inner kingdom, Madhuban. I made my room home, Madhuban. This class is Madhuban class. So it's nice in how we can take. Anyone else before we head into meditation? All right. Then let's have meditation. And there is one announcement. Yes, Rakiban.
Yes, sister. So this Sunday we have a master class conducted by senior brother Balakishore Bhaiji, who's going to be taking us through significance of churning Avyak Murli by taking a sample of an Avyak Murli dated 4th of July 1971. Experience of Easy Remembrance is the title of the Murli. Request each one of us to revise the Murli both in English and Hindi. If we can read and come is what is requested. And we can invite other Brahmin brothers sisters to be a part of this session. We'll just share the flyer as well today in the group. Om Shanti. Over to you, Didi.
Okay, thank you. So let's take ourselves physically. Oh, sorry, not physically, but let's take ourselves mentally. To Madhuban. Let me imagine myself outside the gate of Bhavan. Let me just stand here for a moment and observe this beautiful place. This place has the highest vibration on the planet. This is the place where human beings turns into deities. And I am that lucky soul who has got this opportunity, who has got this chance to be able to place my foot on this land. So I am that fortunate soul. And with that awareness of being the fortunate, let me enter the gate of Pandavavan. The moment I step my foot on this land, it feels like the soul's dancing in happiness. When I'm walking through the corridor, the courtyard of Madhuban, I'm seeing the building, the trees, the birds welcoming me. This is the place where God came. This is the place where dadis used to be. In such a high vibration land, the soul does not need to do anything but just be. I see Baba's room. Let me go inside just a few seconds and tell Baba that I'm home. I have come. And thank you for choosing me. I walk now towards Baba's heart. This is the place where Baba used to write letters to children, communicate with the children, heart to heart conversations. Let me feel Baba's presence here. I let my heart out to Baba. These few seconds in front of Baba feels like ages. Let me now walk towards History Hall. From Baba's hut to the History Hall. It's this path that Brahma Baba used to walk. And right now I'm stepping into Father's footstep. At every step, I feel Baba with me. I sit in the History Hall and think of those days when Baba used to come in Brahma Baba. Share this knowledge. And I see myself as in I was physically there that time, how would the soul feel? Would I have felt if Bab Dada was in front of me giving this knowledge? Let me immerse myself there for some few seconds. And now I'm going towards Tower of Peace. A place of completion. I see myself going back into the history, 18th January 1969. In the next few days, 21st January 1969, Brahma Baba, culmination. I'm observing and making a promise in front of that funeral that I will become the same as you. I will claim the number one. I will fulfill the hopes and the desires that you have. Now, after feeling myself recharged, let me come back to my present moment. Completely refreshed, charged, and ready to come into day. And whoever I come into contact, connections, let me just exchange love. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Dhartiban, for this wonderful journey to meditation and what wonderful churning. Thank you, Divine Family. And with the homework that Sister has given it to us, practicing that the whole day, we shall meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.